Hey everyone, and welcome to my craft room. My name's Julianne Richards, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in southern Tasmania. This is the first tutorial video for my February Fragrant Flowers product class. Thanks for purchasing this class if you are watching this tutorial, or if you're watching afterwards on YouTube and you'd like to get involved in my classes, please drop me a line either via my email address, which is on my YouTube channel, or pop over to my Facebook page and contact me that way. Yeah, so really like this class. I really quite love this stamp set and dies. I think it's going to be a keeper even after it retires. Just a little quick video update. You might see in the top left hand corner there a little code, a little QR code. There, I think I've got my finger on it there. If you have this video on large screen and pop your phone up to that with your camera, and that'll take you directly to my Stampin' Up shop, so you can buy all the products plus lots and lots more. So yeah, new exciting function here with my live streams is that QR code. So see anything you like, get your camera out, scan on the code, it will take you straight through to my online store. Okay, so we're going to be looking at this stamp set, and the 3 cards that I've designed for this class are this little cute one on top here with lots of lovely layers. This one here I think is my favourite, with the beautiful big bloom with the background stamp as well, and some vellum there to soften it. And this cute little one here that uses the painted textures embossing folder, which is one of my favourites, and some pretty bright yellow flowers there. Okay, so they're the 3 we're going to do. I'll start with this layered one here first, so I'll pop the other 2 back into my little slip so they don't go missing, which they often do. I'll record 3 videos today, 3 separate videos, so you can come back and watch them and you know where to start. You don't have to scroll through and try and find where you're up to if you have to take a break and come back. So here we go, we're going to do this one. So there's the stamp set, as I say. Got everything cut here. Don't worry too much about the measurements. If you want to, I mean, you can obviously take them from your kits, but if you're watching later, don't worry, I will put a link to all the products and measurements in this video at some stage over the next week or so. Okay, so, but saying that, we have a crumb cake card base. It's my normal size card base, 5.5 by 8.25, and it's scored at 4 1/8 to make the standard sized card. So that's our crumb cake card base. So just give that a wee bit of a burnish so that it folds nice and flat. And then you've got other various bits and bobs in here as well. You've got a layer of designer series paper. Now, it might not be from a specific set. I know this one's actually from a retired set, but a retired paper from a few years ago. Some of you will have the Celebration freebie paper, and some of you will have the back of another Celebration freebie. But basically, you've got a piece of designer series paper with the fresh Freesia colour scheme, which is basically what we want. So this one is going to pop onto our card first of all, and it's going to go on straight, so in line with the card base, just like so. And you've got a fairly large border all the way around there. Okay, cool. The next piece you've got is a piece of fresh Freesia cardstock, and I've popped that through a embossing folder. This is the time-worn type embossing folder, and I don't know if you can see that with the shadows. Yeah, it looks like it's sort of an antique-y old parchment sort of thing happening, which is really, really nice. I'm going to pop this one onto the card base as well. Obviously, I have embossed that for you already, so you don't have to worry too much about that. But if you really love that, just have a look on, as I say, when I put the product lists up, and you can purchase that one as well. Okay, so we're going to pop this one on, but we're going to give it a slight angle. Not too crazy with the angle, but just so that it dips down a little bit on the top corner and the bottom corner, and over here on the sides as well, just offline slightly so you get a nice glimpse of that pretty coloured designer series paper. Okay, so then you've got a piece of basic white cardstock, and this one we're going to actually do some stamping. So grab your fresh Freesia ink or whatever pink it is that you've decided, pink purple you've decided to use, and grab your the nice big flower from your stamp set. We're just going to randomly pop this onto this piece of white cardstock. We're creating our own beautiful fresh Freesia background here. Okay, so make sure you're stamping on a surface that you don't mind getting a wee bit inky, because it's going to go over the edge, obviously. So have your grid paper or whatever underneath. And we're just going to rotate our stamp so it looks a bit different in each row. But try and cover most of the page. Sort of especially around the edges where you're going to see, once the sort of, we're going to decorate that centre, but it's nice to have some complete coverage all the way around the edge. Okay, so that will probably do me there. Okay, where is my little wipe? I'll get another one. Okay, so that was just in your fresh Freesia ink. Now this one, we'll bring back our card base. This one we can now glue in place, so glue or snail, whatever you like to use. And this one we're going to revert it back to being straight. Yeah. Okay, so now the fun bit. Oh, well, it's all fun, but now the next fun bit. Okay, right, so to complete this card, you've got a cute little circle sentiment box. This is a sentiment circle. It's not a box, it's a circle. This is from the Beautiful Shapes dies, so they are really, really nice as well. So if you like those, remember, grab that barcode and you can go straight to the shop and buy that. That's in my online store and purchase that. So that's a circle. It's really, I'll show you a bit closer if I can. It's got some nice embossing around the edge that the die gives the piece of cardstock. So it's really, really nice. What you will need for this card is 3 of the smaller blooms from the stamp set. So I've done 3 already. I've already coloured 2 of them, so I'll just colour the 3rd one just to show you how it's done. So you need 3 of those, and you will already have 2 per card. So if you purchase the full set, you'll have 4 leaves. Now the leaves are from various sets that have leaves in them. So there'll be 4. Most of you will have 4 different leaves. So 2 from this Fragrant Flowers, and then 2 from another set as well. The reason I did that was because I was creating 15, 20 sets, card kits, and that meant die cutting 80 leaves. So I used as many of the appropriate dies as I could, and they're all lovely. So it's not really going to make much difference if you've got different ones, and we sort of tuck them behind anyway. Okay, so what I'm going to do first is we'll pop those away for a second. I'm going to stamp my sentiment box. So I'm going to take the hello from the stamp set, and I'm going to do this again in my fresh Freesia ink, and roughly central on the circle, just pop a big happy hello. There we are. My fresh Freesia is a wee bit pale at the moment. I haven't re-inked it for a while. And to be honest, I haven't got a re-inker for this one, so I'm tossing up whether I buy the re-inker or whether I just wait and see whether it's a colour that's going to return next catalogue. So we'll wait and see. Okay, I'm just, as I say, just making do at the moment so I don't buy something I won't need. Okay, so I've got the little friend from the stamp set as well, and I'm popping this in my black ink, and I'm just going to stamp that just slightly over the top of the hello, but down towards the bottom right-hand corner of that word. And it just sort of, you can see both words at the same time. So we've got hello, friend. And I think that's really quite a nice, cute way of doing it, to get both of those words in the same place. Okay, so we're going to pop this one on there, but we might do our flowers next. We'll colour in our flowers. As I say, I've done 2 already, so we just have to do the 3rd one. I'm using a combination of light and dark fresh freesia and light and dark old olive. So obviously the dark fresh freesia, which I'll make sure I've got the right one. Yep, the dark fresh freesia will just be for the highlights of the flower. So just roughly where you can imagine the shadows would be, sort of down in the little crevices of the leaves, where they lap under each sort of shoot underneath each other. That would be in shadow. So that's it, just a wee bit of that. I'll just show you what I've done there. So just popping a wee bit of the darker colour, and we'll bring in our lighter fresh freesia. Make sure I don't lose my flowers. We'll just, with very small circular motions, we'll just blend that in with the lighter colour. Now, fresh freesia, light and dark, there's not a lot of difference between the two. It's a fairly light colour anyway. So the difference here is fairly subtle, but I like it. I suppose what I'm saying is you could really just colour it with one colour and not make too much difference. But the blends are lovely. Love my blends. Okay, so there's our freesia colour done. So with the light and dark old olive, this is a little bit more, a wee bit more actual difference between the two colours. So you will see this. And again, just put the dark where you can imagine the shadows would be. So down at the base of the leaf and then up the centre. And then we'll bring in our light. And again, with the very light circular motions, we'll blend the light and the dark together. You can probably see already that the difference between the light and dark old olive is a bit more pronounced. So you have to worry, well, not worry, you have to be a bit more careful with your blending so that they don't look like a solid line. There we are. So there's our little flower there. Oh, good, we got some focus just at the last minute. I might have trouble focusing down here now. Okay, no, it's done a good job. Okay, so we've got our 3 little purple and green flowers there. Okay, so let's pop our sentiment box in. So just a bit of glue in the centre of that and over roughly in the centre of your card. I've got my non-crafting glasses on, which makes it difficult to see. So there we are. So if you're watching this video, you can see what I meant about trying to get the images sort of around the edges, because the centre obviously is covered with our sentiment box. I'm just trying to get that hello straight. It's about right there. So we've got that in the centre. And we'll bring in our 3 little flowers. So I'm going to pop one up here on the top corner. and then 2 down here. Like that. Oh, wants to stick to my finger. There we are, like that. And then obviously you've got your 2 green die cut leaves. And we're going to pop those in as well, just for a little bit of added interest. Okay, so that's the look we're going for there. I'll pop this one on first. So just sort of snuggle them in and around your sentiment. Make sure you don't cover over your sentiment, of course. A bit of glue on there. And those 2. Now you could sparkle these up a bit with some Wink of Stella if you have it in your stash. Always really nice to brighten those colours up and add a bit of bling, a bit of sparkle with the Wink of Stella. Trouble is I've taken my glasses off now, so I can't tell whether I'm focused or not, because everything's out of focus when you haven't got your glasses on. That's that one there. Okay, so I might bring a little bit of Wink of Stella in just onto those little flowers. And I don't know if you've noticed, I don't know if you can tell from here, but that actually, it sharpens the colours up quite substantially, the Wink of Stella. It brightens them and increases the contrast, as well as adding a bit of sparkle. There we are. So just on those little flowers. Okay. I haven't got enough sunshine in the room, in the craft room, to show you that in any great detail at the moment, but trust me, it's pretty good. Okay, so now our bling. The bling for this particular card is from the Opaque Adhesive Back Gems. Excuse me. And I've used the dark purple ones. I think that would actually be gorgeous grape. There are obviously different colours in this. There's the lighter one, which probably would correspond with the fresh Freesia. There's a red one, which I think would probably be more like the pinky red of sweet sorbet. And we've got a white one as well. As I say, I'm going to use the gorgeous grape ones. You will have 3 per card. So if you've got the double set, you'll have 6. And you can just pop those around as you wish. So to make all 3 cards today, you will need 6, all 3, yeah, okay, hang on, make this confusing. To make 1 of each card, because you've got, if you bought the double set, you'll have 6, so you'll have 2 of each card. But to make 1 of each card, you will need 6, altogether 6 little flowers stamped and die cut, and 1 of the large flower stamped and die cut. So if you want to prepare beforehand, and then obviously we can colour them together. So there we are. So that's our first little card. Oh, you will also have a piece of white cardstock to go inside. It doesn't look like I've cut myself one of those, so obviously pop your little inside panel in there as well and add an extra stamp or an image or something if you'd like to do that. Cute little card, that one. I like that a lot. There we are. So that's card number 1. Okay, I'll pop off briefly, have a bit of a clean up, and I'll come back with card number 2 very soon.